Hi, this is Krishna Priya, and this is the Human Colony Hucolo webinar. It's Saturday, the 28th of December, 2024, and today is our very special pre-channel panel channeling with Jim Charles. Hi, this is Krishna Priya, I and didn't this is the see. Human I don't Colony know how many Hucolo years it's going webinar. to take me. It's Saturday, the 28th of December, 2024.
At least I said it all right.
And today is our
1 second.
very special pre-channel panel channeling with Jim Charles. Hi, this is Krishna Priya. Okay, wow, that's a lot of
Triple.
well, you know what's funny is like because I was trying to get to it, it started to play. It played what we got to listen to it hit YouTube, and then YouTube got to hear it hit YouTube. So okay, yeah, that could have been triple.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, but anyway, it is our pre-channel panel channeling with Jim Charles, and we're really excited, Jim, because next week. Is it next week or the week after? You head off to Sedona?
The second. We send Angie and I are off to Sedona on January 2nd at early morning. Early in the morning.
Yes, and a lot of people from Human Colony are going to support you, and that's going to be awesome.
Oh, I'm getting a visitor. Hold on.
Oh, I summoned a visitor.
Who is it?
It's James.
Hi, James.
And Margie.
Margie, hi.
Yep, and Marge.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, good.
All right.
Oh, three of you.
So, let's just let him get his
Margie,
people.
Marge?
Yes.
Angie.
James, Margie.
Do we have any announcements other than the channel panel? You can announce that though.
Yes, I will announce the channel panel. That is coming up this Thursday. We're heading out. The channel panel is Friday through Sunday, and it is June 3rd through the 5th. And
January.
What month did I say?
June.
Oh, well, because I don't even know. I'm having time warps. And so January 2nd through January 3rd through the 5th in Sedona, Arizona. You can go online and be a part of the channel panel. You can do the all access pass where you can get all the access to all the people on stage. I'm going to be recording. I'm going to bring my camera. I'm going to be recording Jim's session so that if people would like to have access to that, where you can do that. It is expanding your psychic awareness. And he's going to be having a big talk on how you can do that. So we're going to have that available after. But you can, for the channel panel, you can buy the pass. It's $444 for all access to all of the channelers that are speaking. I'm very excited. I'm very excited to listen to some of these other channelers speak. Dawn of Disclosure is I'm very excited to have disclosure happen. So I'm very excited to hear that. If you're interested, you can look on Jim's website, jim-charles.com. And you can also look on thechannelpanel.com, or I think it's .com, but it's if you type in the channel panel, it will come up in Google. You can go ahead and access it through there. We're very excited. It's coming up this week. Very excited.
If you can't go to Sedona, you can watch it online for $199, I think.
Yes.
All the speakers.
Yes.
For all 3 days. So that's another option for those of you that don't want to travel or can't afford to go there. It's an expense to get there. So anyway, I'm really looking forward to being there. It's exciting, but it's also a little nerve-wracking. You want to make sure that everything's in immaculate order before you go. I mean, we're going to have to press some shirts. So so anyway, thank you for all of your help and thank you for all of your support. I appreciate that very much.
Wonderful. Okay, perfect.
Okay.
All right, so welcome to everyone who's just arrived. We will start with some blessings and then we'll go to some requests. And because of the special request from our dear friend Dawn, he will go last. So we'll go Yana, Jen, Wendy, and then Dawn. Yeah. Did I
Okay.
miss anybody? Yana? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's
Alright.
okay. Hello, everyone. This is the Arcturians. Stika artana haite e o ortoko o ahanta atatastake etertene tu aha. Henke o maka astaka akka orto hastikene ete aha. Kent heite tu ist ha ment hortoko o akanta ja taistike perto unto oisteke arto toisteka arte. Ka hanta ja tutuma oi hanta ja takamo e o hakka tana ja stakatane pertuma. Blessings.
Be of good cheer, for there are good things coming. I know that things are being dwelt on about the bad things. However, let them pass and look forward to the good things that are coming. There is a lot of energy that will be working its way through your system in a very good way in the coming future. And it is energies that are unlike any energies you felt before, because these energies are of the psychic type. They are of the energies of God. They are of the energies of the universe. And they are energies that mankind does not know how to use yet. But with you opening yourself to them, you will learn a great deal about them and how to use them and how to welcome them into this realm. We wish you a great deal of goodwill for this. Many, many blessings.
Shinto kana we ji cha kane he ta mana nekato we te cha chikana hanate si makana no wane ti ka chicha no kana hite wana tu ha. Namaste.
Bring yourself to the highest spirit, the spirit of God, the spirit that watches over you, the spirit that protects, the spirit that gives you wisdom and understanding, love, guidance, and peace. We want you to know that He is waiting for you to be even more purely submerged in His spirit.
Wendy.
Thank you. This is a message from the Archangels as a collective. Shan yurot no ira naka eto ira ni thuro nyata hina na yuroto na maiki onyo toto ira ta ni shunya kiana haira ta hoina mai ta nyoto isha nakai ta hino tina hira ta hira kino hira na eto chukuira ta na tio. Namaste.
We are watching over your world and helping to communicate with it. We are helping to bring forth many of the things within your spirit, within your mission that you have not yet seen. It is time for all of you for deep meditation, and sometimes that can be difficult. Deep meditation does not come always. There are too many distractions for humans to have deep meditation. But this is the time to bring that forth as best as possible, for it is the only way to bring forth that which is so deeply embedded in you that it is not seen. We will guide you and direct you into this meditation and help you to understand it in a most favorable way.
Blessings. Tarushna hisakani miska kali inyama kahari kushita shetan. Tashasha ari ukumush area. Tia tali nask ari kumush te. Jama aka ashana atara achoshul un umasai. Tish ale owe. Kayam asaya anadi winti. Tankashe.
The universe is watching and expecting many wonders to happen on this planet. Many retrievals of things that have gone awry back into the good, back into the right, back into the most valued things. War to stop, people to understand that hatred is not the way of the world, but it will take some time. But this is being dealt with through great energies and through great love and power of God and through his helpers, the angels and the creator beings. Let us all know that there is time for rescue and times are not so grim as you might think.
Thank you.
Right. Yes. Oh,
Okay. All right. Oh, you have 3 people in your room. Who do you have in your
yes.
room, Jim?
I have Marge, Margie, and James.
Well,
Did I get
welcome
that?
everyone.
Good.
Yeah. Okay, and we have Adriana, Angie, Dawn, Yana, Jennifer, Joan, Michael, Radha's here, Celeste, Susan, Wendy. So, and more people
Good.
coming. Yeah, very.
Excellent.
And hello to everyone in YouTube. Are you ready to hear some requests?
Yes.
Okay, the requests are someone from the Knights Templar,
Okay.
Sarah Swatti and the Sarahs,
Yes.
the Arcturians, Cynthia from Sirius A. Did I say that right, Cynthia?
Cynthia.
Cynthia, thank you. Archangel Gabriel, someone from the Sasquatch people, either Sally or Asana, but anyone is fine. And someone in the YouTube chat requested Braden asked for Freya.
Freya.
Yes. And that's all the requests I have, unless someone else has a request.
Do you have a request?
Just one.
Yes.
Both.
Toth.
Yes.
There's a request for Toth.
Okay, Toth. Last but definitely not least, Toth. That's the request. Yeah.
Okay. Could
Okay,
you say those one more time?
sure. Someone from the Knights Templar, Sarah Swati and the Sarahs, the Arcturians, Cynthia, Archangel Gabriel, someone from the Sasquatch people, Sally, Asana, or it can be anyone, Freya, and Toth.
All right, very good. Wow, an interesting array of people are
Yes.
experiencing today. That's very interesting. Okay.
And also too, just from the YouTube chat, 2 more came in, Medea and also
Okay.
Saint Germain.
Saint Germain. Okay.
Yeah.
Very
Okay.
good. That's quite a list of people for today.
It is quite a list. It's great.
I mean, it's a very interesting list because a lot of
Yeah.
those are ones that would just love to come here. So we'll see what
Yeah,
happens.
very varied list. That's great. And so everyone too, because this is the pre-channel panel channeling. So today let's try to make our questions very universal along the theme of disclosure with, I mean, you might have requested like Freya, but maybe to, make the questions more along the lines of disclosure today as well, even no matter who you requested, just for Jim's warm up, even though maybe the beings he's bringing in are not the beings that he's going to be bringing in at the channel panel, but it's still about,
Disclosure is one of the topics, but
yes.
I don't think that just asking questions is going to ruin the speech.
No,
So
for sure. Yeah. So, but anyway, this is our pre-channel channeling that we get to see Jim off before he goes and has a great session there.
Well, first of all, thank you very much for your support and your help. I really appreciate everybody in this human colony world. We all are working together to find the answers to many very positive questions and
Yes.
missions. So that's what I'm hoping for. as I move off to the channel panel that it will be a very positive and beautiful experience with all of you that are coming and with all of you that are going to watch. So thank you very much. Right now, I'm going to call Elijah. He's on the waiting list there.
Okay. Thank you. We'll see you when you come back.
Thank you. Greetings, my children. Today I want to deal with something that we don't usually talk about, and that is the shadow part of your personality. The negative, or whatever you want to call it. It is always there, and it always pokes its head out at the wrong time, usually. But I want you to know that God is here to help you with all of that, and has helped many with it. There are many that suffer from sudden anger, or sudden depression, or sudden feelings of negativity. These sudden feelings must be overcome. They must be overcome with love. They must be overcome with patience, and you must not just burst out. Many times when you have this kind of anger or this kind of sudden demise, it is because you are being attacked by something negative or have sudden negativity thrown upon you, thrust into your world. So do not think about that. Think about what you can do to change that and turn it around, because every situation can be turned around. It is that your personalities are here to serve God, to become a part of His will, to become a part of His help for the world, for His healing for the world. And so as you are being healers of the world, you are also here to be joyous with this. So sudden anger and sudden depression and sudden fits of depression or negativity are not really acceptable, because you can control them. You can make them different. You can change them into something else, because usually when someone angers you, it's usually about them and not you. It's usually their words that are nasty and strong, not yours. And you must understand this is coming from them and really is not about you. This is about what is within them. It is about how they choose to show who they are. But you do not have to show yourself in an equal way back. Return love for hatred, because that will absolutely change the whole scenario. Give love instead of hatred back. Show them that you understand that they are hurting, that they need help, or whatever. Just say, yes, I hear you, but that is not how I feel. That is not my understanding. That is not the way I think about it. That's not the way I really am. I know within myself who I am, and you really can't tell me who I am. Only I can know that, and God can know that. Because those are the people that are actually within you, you and God. So, my children, please bear witness on one another, that you will be kind to one another and do what is right, and cause little grief between yourselves, because we want joy and we want positivity to abound, and we want the world to see it, to know that there is a difference between good and evil, a difference between love and hate, a difference between how people conduct themselves in a positive way versus those that do not. I am proud of most of you. I don't use the word proud very often because I don't like it. It's a haughty word. It's a word that doesn't really mean what I want to say, but I want to say that I admire all of you because many of you have overcome many situations, and many of you have gone the right direction, and many of you are full of love and full of kindness and full of hope. Be full of wisdom as well. I look at you and I say, you are moving forward. I look at you and I say, there are things that are better for you. And you know this to be true. Much love to you, my children. This is Sarah Swatti. Greetings.
Greetings.
Someone has called for me, and
Yes,
I could not make it last time.
that was Adriana. She has requested you.
Very well.
Did you have a question?
Yes,
ahead.
hello. Thank you so much, Sarah Swatti, for coming and for your inspiration.
Thank
Uh,
you.
My question is, I recently found out my higher self's name, and she's Sarah, Sarah Scylla Quintalia. And I wanted to know more about her name or the connection between Sarah's or, yeah, whatever you'd like to share. And thank you in advance.
Sarah is a sovereign name, yes. It is good to know that you are a Sarah as well. We stick together, you know, and we do have connections. The thing is about this realm that you are in now, it is hungry for salvation, hungry for goodness and kindness, and hungry for the faith that all the Sarahs keep. And so you are someone that is connected to us by faith, by love, by peace. Knowing that is good for you as you grow into the person that you are needing to be, as you grow higher into the realms of understanding. You must understand, though, to be a Sarah is a great importance. You must show everyone love and kindness, which I believe you do. And you must show everyone humility and beauty, which I believe you do as well. But keep these things in mind. As you move forward, times get very rough sometimes, and you must always keep this in your heart. Oh, yes, there are times for anger, and there are times for many different kinds of emotions, but only for justice' sake, only for the sake of helping someone else, always for the sake of helping and making sure that everyone is safe. These qualities in the Sarahs are important, as they are with other people that have very different names, but they have to do very similar things. I am here to tell you that you are blessed and that you have done well. Continue to move forward.
Thank you very much. Next person can come, or next person can ask their question now. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I'm just checking. I don't believe we have any other questions for Sarah, but
Very well, then I will go. But that needed to be stated at this time.
yes.
Very well.
Thank you. Thank you for
Much
being
love.
for coming.
This is Sally. The
Ah,
Sass.
wonderful. Welcome. Welcome.
Forgive me, I have a little bit of a cold.
Okay. Well, Susan requested you, so I will ask Susan to ask her question. Are you there, Susan?
Yes, sorry, I stepped away for a moment.
And
Who am I speaking to?
Sally.
sorry. Yes,
Oh, Sally.
if you can just introduce yourself to the rest of the people that are watching who are not familiar with you, but that you are a
I
Sasquatch.
am given the name Sally. That is not my real name, but that is my Earth name because of people who want to uh, give me a real Earth greeting, I guess. So I accept that, and I think that it is wonderful that they would do that. So I am a Sasquatch. I move around the different places. We do not stay in one place all the time. We do have interdimensional travel. We do have interdimensional understandings, and we move from Florida to Canada quite easily. We stay usually in the North American continent. We like it better than the other continents because some of the other ones are too cold for us. Even though we do like some cold, the Yeti do like the cold, but we are not of the same species. So they like the cold and the ice, and we do not. So, yes. And we have disappeared before many people's eyes because they tried to find us and we're not there. They don't see us disappear, but we do the disappearing behind a bush or a tree. And so, therefore, we are native in some ways to this North American continent because we love this place and we have been here hundreds of years. But we come from another place, of course. We are not from here originally. So it is that we are happy to be here. It is peaceful for us, at least so far. What about us? We have a great interest in family. We have a great interest in studying your agriculture, your flora and fauna, and even your people. But we do not want to be out in the open to do it. We are scientists, we are thinkers, we are botanists, we are many kinds of individuals that serve the planet as best as we can. Is that enough about me?
Yes, thank you so very much for that. That was beautiful. Thank you. Susan, did you want to ask your question?
Yeah, yeah. So, I've channeled Sally for about 3 years now, I think, since about 2021, I think. And I know Wendy in our channeling group here, or she's connected with you as well. So, I have been recently been reading a book called The Book of Elders, My Life with the Sasquatch People by Mike Bodowitz, and I understand that and so as I've been reading this book, I've been having more of a telepathic connection with you or communicating telepathically with you. And then I noticed in my woods, because I live on 2.5 acres of mostly woods, there was an uprooted tree, probably like about an 8-inch thick tree that was probably about 30, I don't know, 20 to 30 feet long, that was completely turned upside down with the roots up and leaning against another small tree. And so it wasn't like it was like a branch that would have fallen off another tree. It was like completely uprooted, turned upside down, and leaning against another tree. And it just showed up probably like a week ago. And so I kind of asked you like who had done that, and I got the message that it was your male partner Asana was the name I got that had done that, and that he wishes to communicate with me as well. But I understand the Sasquatch people are helping or wanting to reconnect with humanity and wanting to, assist us with our consciousness evolution that we're going through, and that we do have shared DNA, or we do, have a shared history, and that you consider us to be like your little brothers and sisters, and you're like our elder brothers and sisters, and that you have a great love for us. So if you want to share any message about that, and I know you have representatives with on the Galactic Federation as well. So and how you're working with the Galactics to help humanity at this time.
Yes. Well, that's a lot. You said a
Yeah. So
Uh,
any message that you would like to share
well, I
for
would like to tell you that the tree was uprooted because it was going to die, for one thing.
okay.
And it was also uprooted to become a sign for you to understand that we were there and that we were interested in more communication. Also, I want you to know that there are things going on in the world. We are not really the same lineage or not the same DNA, but we do have many things that overlap in our cultures in some ways. But it took a long time for you to develop some of the overlap cultural items. So we are truly looking at you as brothers and sisters, but not in the same way as you would say DNA related. We do not have really any human DNA in us, or you do not have any Sasquatch DNA in you yet. That has not happened. And so we are loving and kind, and we wish you all the best. And we do dealing consciousness training. And we see that you have consciousness trainers also from other worlds. So that is also a good thing. And you need this consciousness training to be upgraded. You need to practice it more because it is the answer to many questions in the future. There are things happening that if the consciousness was allowed to be fully aware, you could help change. I know that since what is it called? Since the timeline change in November, there have been many that have upgraded their energy in healing 25%. But that was something that was allocated to you from the universe and not from actually the timeline shift. Just happened to occur around the same time. So you have all increased your healing abilities, and they can be continuously upgraded by you using them and practicing them. They are getting stronger and they are getting more useful and worthwhile. We are also trainers in healing. We do not do it the same way that you do, but we do have healing energy, and it's a little bit more advanced than yours, but one day we will teach it to you when you get to the place where we can.
And what role will the Sasquatch people have with open contact? Will they step forward to be more known at that time to humanity?
Not right away. And let me tell you why. We're already here on the planet. We have already been grandfathered in, or whatever you want to call it. We have already been here. We do not need to show ourselves when so many other aliens are showing themselves, because we will come at a later time with a different message. So we will allow them to come first. We will allow them to do what they think is necessary to open contact with the universe, because that is not our place. We are not here to open contact with the universe. We are here to open contact just with humans. We are here to do many things of cultural value eventually, but your culture is not ready for us yet. And so we will not step forward at time of contact or disclosure.
Okay. All right. I'll let you answer anyone else's questions, but I look forward to our continued contact and also with Asana, your partner.
Yes.
Much love to you.
Much love. And I wanted to say about disclosure, since I know that you were wanting to hear more about that, is that it is not that we are afraid to come forward. No, that is not the whole idea of it. We are waiting till our contact can be appreciated. I believe at this point it cannot be.
and we believe that it will be able to be appreciated sometime in the future, maybe several years from now. But we cannot say exactly when. But we do not want to be part of first contact, and there is many reasons why. Believe.
But anyway, it is our pre-channeling. Oh, so sorry, Jim, and so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I am Sally.
I know, Sally. So sorry. I was
Yes.
trying to the YouTube. Back to the YouTube.
Thank you for coming, Sally. I'll let others ask you questions if there are other
There are
questions.
some questions from the YouTube. That's why I was trying to get there. I do apologize. Anantha says she had a dream of a white Sasquatch. He seemed very kind.
That is a Yeti.
That
Yetis
is a Yeti.
It is not a Sasquatch, but a Yeti. Yetis can be very kind and they can be very dangerous. The Yetis that are guarding Shambhala are dangerous because they are put there for protection, and you cannot get near Shambhala without them harming you or sending you away frightened. So the Yetis can be very kind, though. That the species is not all angered and not all bad. There are very kind Yeti as well. And so you must have met one of the ones that are not guarding Shambhala.
Okay, perfect. Was there Ruth had the same question basically as Susan about the disclosure. She just said she wanted to know if you wanted to stay more in the background or to be part of the public as well.
More in the background for now, until culture catches up. And we will be able to move into a more safe and understanding environment without the prejudice that usually follows with someone like us.
Do you feel that's because of how different you look from humans?
And we smell very different as well. Our scent is quite strong. It's pheromones, but and in the mating season, which we do have, the pheromones can be quite coming to humans. They're not pleasant. But to us they are. But to humans they are not.
Do we smell badly to you?
You don't smell like anything to us.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Well, I figured, we might not smell that great to you.
Well,
so
the thing is, we don't get close enough to smell you, usually.
Well, we wear all kinds of colognes and things like that as well. So maybe.
Yes, that would ruffle our feathers, probably. In a human terminology.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much.
Not a good scent for us.
Do things like environmental smells and perfumes and things bother you?
I would think so if we got close enough, yes.
Yeah. Okay. But the natural smell of nature is fine for you.
Oh, yes. It is an amazing smell for us. The dampness of the grass and the plants and flowers and how they smell and everything natural is beautiful to us. Yes. Even though some flowers are very sweet smelling, when they're in nature, they smell different than when someone's trying to place them on their body as a perfume.
Very much so. Okay. Thank you. That was all the questions. Oh, Don has a question. Go ahead, Don. And Michael has a question too.
Thank you, Krishna Priya. Yes, I was wondering, I live in the province of British Columbia.
Yes.
And in the Eastern Kootenays, I recalled a very fragrant smell of what I thought was wild roses. And I was wondering if this is an essence of the smell of a Sasquatch at all.
Wild roses would not fit our scent.
Okay.
It is more earthy. It is more pungent.
Okay.
But we do love the smell of roses, and many times we'll collect them from different places. When nightfall is there, we'll take a few to help us with our studies, botanists and all these things. The scientists will study them.
Thank you, Sally. I appreciate that.
No problem. We love the questions.
Michael has a question. Go ahead, Michael.
Greetings, Sally.
Greetings.
I was just wanting to ask while you were on the Yetis and the Shangri-La. Well, I call it Shangri-La. Well, and I could be wrong, but like, is that the place that was supposed to be in like the Himalayas, like up on the mountains?
Of course it is. You mean
And
Shangri-La or Shambhala, whatever they call it. Yes, it is in the mountains of the Himalayas.
now, is it a three-dimensional or multi or what?
It's a multi-dimensional place inside of the mountain. One of the mountains there is not real. One of the mountains there was created many thousands of years ago, but before people were taking looks at how the earth should be. And so they created it so they could put a civilization inside of it. And it is multidimensional, yes, but it is well protected.
And could you tell us what kind of beings that live there and anything else that would help anybody's knowledge, disclosure for about this place?
Well, there are many different species that live there. I don't even know all of the species that live there because I've never really been there. The Yeti have. But I hear that there are different species, Orions, and even Cassiopeans and Fendorians, Octorians. But a lot of these races or species that are there are more of a rebel faction at this time, not as much spiritual as it used to be. So it is that they like their protection to be very strong. So, but I believe there is some good spiritual people still there. A lot of mysticism rises around the mountain, and a lot of magic comes from that mountain as well. People can feel it from miles away because it is part of what that is. So they do understand that it's coming from somewhere, but they're not sure where.
So it's not like a lotus shaped building, it's
No.
inside the mountain.
Well,
correct?
inside there are many different shapes of buildings. There could be a lotus-shaped building. Would not be surprised
Mhm.
because there are many belief systems there.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Sally. Blessings.
Blessings.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I didn't lose anybody's question. Let me see. Okay, I think we're right. Okay, that is the last question for you.
Very well, I shall go then. I have many things to do.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for calling. Greetings, I am Gabriel.
Oh, welcome. Welcome,
Thank you.
Gabriel. Thank you.
Someone has called me?
Yes, and I don't remember who that was. I believe it was
It was me, Wendy.
Wendy.
Ah,
Okay.
Wendy.
Greetings, Gabriel.
Greetings.
Whew, beautiful energy. The question that I have is one of seeing sparkling lights. So 2 days ago, as I was up in the middle of the night in a darkened room, I saw sparkles of white.
And last time I saw sparkles of blue, it was Archangel Michael. And so I was getting the sense that it was perhaps you or another angelic. Um, so can you tell me how, when people are getting ready to travel or have retreat experiences, as we're getting ready to go to Sedona, that these kind of signs and wonders, so to say, why they come into our awareness and into our, you know, our experience with eyes open, even though it's probably a third eye experience and not really our eyes seeing it.
There are many reasons for these kinds of situations. First of all, they're protective. They're giving you the thumbs up as to go ahead with everything that you are doing. The second thing is they're giving you a blessing to bring forth the greatest amount of positivity as possible when going to these different places, because not only are you going to be listening to others, you are going to actually be observed by others. And these people will see who you are and know your energy and feel your love and know all the things about you that cannot be known, because many of them will have telepathy or they will have the understanding of who you are by your energy that you give off. So it is time now for those that are just following to be leaders, those that are just listening to be speakers, those that have little energy to have greater energy. It is time for all people to rise up, and this will help you to do so. And all these sparkles that you see are definitely archangels. The white archangels would be the high ones. Of course, Michael can come as blue sparkles or white sparkles, or it could be Uriel. It could be many other ones. There's so many that it could be. Haniel could come as a white sparkle. Raziel could come as a white sparkle, and I believe it probably was Raziel in your case.
Okay, self-reflection.
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. Can you say anything to us about how, not only with the energies that happened in November and winter solstice, but with the energies as we're wrapping up the end of the year, how they're going to affect humanity for this upcoming year in general?
Well, the energies from the solstice are still with you. It is still very close. But these energies are very positive and trying to shape a new form of understanding within humans. The understanding that all things are possible. That is something that people do not realize. People often say, I can't do that. People often say, I am not psychic. People often say, I do not know how to do that. But these energies are telling you, yes, you do. All energies are from God. Every single one of them, no matter how you see them, there is no such thing as supernatural. They are all natural. They are all part of God's energies. And so, as you say, I can't do that, God is saying, I have the energy for you to do it. I have the energy for you to see it. I have the energy for you to understand it. If you would only take some time and learn how to use the energies. Because there are many different things that are opening up in humans, not only channeling and telepathy, a mediumship, uh, healing, many things, empathy. We can go on and on. There are many different gifts and many different ways to open them up, but you must be aware that they are there and learn how to open them within yourself.
Beautiful. Thank you so very much. I love you.
And I love you as well.
Thank you. That was all the questions. We're really going quickly today, but that was all the questions we had for Archangel Gabriel and maybe any archangel, but thank you very much.
Very well. I will go.
Oh,
Greetings. I am Freya.
Oh,
How are
welcome.
you all? Mhm.
Very good. Someone in the chat, actually, it was Braden asked for
Well,
Freya. I'll give him a moment because he's in the YouTube chat. I'll give him a moment to respond.
well,
There was
I,
a question
I'll
that
tell you
was,
something about myself while you're waiting.
yes, please do.
I'm a Norse goddess of war and of passion and love. So I have a few different hats that I wear, but I love the passion one the best. And so I am a fierce goddess of war, though, and do not perturb me or get me angered because you will be in trouble then. But I prefer the gentler side. I prefer to be peaceful and amicable. But many of you are not so. But I think the people in this room are very, very nice and amicable. But with others outside of your room in the world, they're just troubled. So I try to make the best of it and try to bring them into a greater understanding that love is what God wants most of all. Pure love, pure and most exalted love, and passion. What is wrong with passion? I love passion. I think it's beautiful. I think it brings people together. But of course, there are rules and regulations, so follow those. But my dearest people, love each other with all your hearts, souls, and minds so that you can actually understand that everyone is different, but they have some samenesses. Everyone is different, though. And if you think that everyone is the same as you, you're going to be very surprised to find out that everyone is not the same as you at all. It makes me laugh when people discover it, because then they go, oh, you're not thinking the same way as I am. You're thinking some other way. And so it is a really interesting thing. I've learned to listen first before I judge. And I don't like to judge, but there are sometimes you have to. But the thing is, I listen to what they have to say. I feel their essence. I hear their heart. I hear their minds as well. So as I move forward, I do as best as I can to stay with them in their understandings of all things and to coach them along in the right direction.
Thank you. There is the Braden had requested that you would give a blessing initially, before he asked his question.
Yes,
Yes.
I will do a blessing if you wish.
Yes, please.
Almighty God, you see this world as a beautiful ball of ecology, of human life, animal and plants. Ooh, gorgeous. But there are many negative things upon it, some evils. Please come and bring peace to all things here. Please bring love and understanding to all the people of the earth. I am here to be a vision or a example of love and understanding, goodness and kindness. I am a Norse goddess, but that doesn't mean to say that I'm all powerful. Only you, O God, are. Oh, yes, I can do a lot of things with your permission, but I am not as great as thee. Healing is greater with you. Love is greater with you. Passion is greater with you. All things are greater with you. And I hope that becomes something that all humans will absorb. All humans will understand and bring in. Because when you are part of me, I am part of you.
And I want that always to be. Bring that understanding to everyone. Many praises and thanks for who you are and what you do. Amen.
Thank you for that. Okay, very beautiful. The question that Matt Wally has for you is, are you present within us when we dance passionately? Is that a thing?
It can be. If I choose to put myself in that place, I can do so. But I do not dance with everyone passionately, only those that I choose to dance with passionately. And yes, sometimes I have danced with you passionately.
Beautiful. Okay, Braden wants to know, what can we do to have disclosure come in properly?
Disclosure coming in properly means peace. That they must do it peacefully. That they must do it with the understanding that they are not here to be of a burden to anyone, not here to usurp authorities, not here to do anything unright or unruly. They are here to communicate. They are here to find understanding. They are here to share themselves with you, and you to share yourselves with them. Remember these things, because some of them are not pretty, but that doesn't mean they're evil. That just means they're not pretty. There are many wonderful people on your planet that are not pretty. There are wonderful people on the universe that are not pretty, at least by your eyesight. But there are marvelous, marvelous alien beings that want to come in and be a part of who you are and share their cultures and understandings with you and their science and their technology and all these things. They're not coming to wipe you out. They're not coming to cause problems. But your governments see them in a different light. Untrustworthy. You can't trust anyone. That is, most governments say they can't trust anyone. They can't trust another country. They can't trust people. And so, as that is the case with your planet, it's hard for first contact to come because trustworthiness is not given. And so, as we move forward, this year could be the year of first contact. I see that there are many things pointing in that direction. And that is to say this. There are many signs and wonders from your last year's solar eclipse. There are many signs and wonders from the eclipses and the solstices and equinoxes since then. Great energies have come in and timelines have changed. These things are all signs of first contact. So as you are looking towards first contact, you're seeing that a path is being paved to that. Hopefully, it will continue to be paved toward that final ending.
Thank you. There's a suggestion maybe that Jim needs a drink of water. Is that the case?
I can do that.
Okay. All right. Then I'll continue to the next question. There's a question from Ruth saying, what rules do we need to follow with passion? Shall
All
I
the
repeat?
rules of love.
Okay.
The rules of love, the rules of truth, the rules of understanding, the rules of wisdom. These are all passionate. They are all with passion. Love, especially, and peace, especially. These two things hold hands and come together. Because when you are deep in love, there comes a great peace. When you're deeply in love with God, there comes a peace. And so these things come together sometimes. Not always, but many times. So these are the things to hold on passionately to. Truth, love, peace, wisdom, understanding, and
God's will.
Thank you very much. Rosangela says, Freya, what is your view on current wars going on the earth? As the goddess of war, how can this situation be de-escalated?
These are ridiculous wars. These are wars of greed. These are wars of pride. These are wars of want and desire that do not fit with God's understanding or rules. These are things that are uprisings because people are unsatisfied with the way things are going in their own lives, and so they have to cause it to happen in other people's lives. It is as simple as that. Even with the big wars, Putin is not satisfied with what he has, and so he has to have something else. And so Netanyahu, or whatever his name is, needs to have more of what he needs, strength and power, because he believes Israel is the strongest. God follows Israel blindly. And in a way, Israel is an answer to many things, but not the way he's doing it. So you see, I have a very different look at the way things are happening, and I believe that first contact will cure these wars because the attention will be drawn to another place, to another thought process, and to another kind of anxiety for the people, which will soon be changed to trust.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Let me see. Peter says, how many, oh, wait, he had two questions. He says, does it really matter what species makes first contact? Isn't it what happens afterward that's more important?
That is correct. And that is why there's so many arguments about who's to make first contact. There have been many arguments about the Yuil being first, or even the Anunnaki coming, or even the higher Syrian groups and Pleiadians coming first. There's been many different things, and Orions also. Many of them want to be first because they think that they could do the best in presenting themselves to the earth. However, now there is a species called the Zhuog that have presented themselves saying that they have a contract that they can return to this planet in 2025. We'll see how well that contract is upheld. I have my doubts, but I pray that they are successful.
Did the Zhuog say with whom the contract is?
With the United States, with Eisenhower.
Oh. What if another set of beings had a contract with another country? Could they not just, I mean, why is it the US that's dictating it?
Well, the ones from the United States would be upheld over some of these other smaller countries because the population is greater. Unless it's with India or China or Japan, then those would probably be honored above the United States. Anyone that has the greatest population, that's the one they will honor the best.
Thank you. There's a question from Matt Wally. He says, what is your favorite thing to do, Freya?
Oh, I can't talk about that online with mixed company.
Okay.
So, yes, you get my drift. But it is that I love passion. It's a beautiful thing, and I am very passionate about the people I love.
Okay. Anantha wants to know, when will we be in the fifth frequency, please?
Many things are turning their heads toward the fifth frequency. Don't be surprised if you end up in the fourth frequency first. But I know many beliefs overlook the fourth density because they think they're in it already, or that it is
something that is not there, or something that is in an in-between place, or I don't know exactly all the different beliefs about the fourth and fifth density, but you will be there quite soon enough. I guarantee you.
Thank you. Peter says, how many walk-ins are there at present on our planet? Those who temporarily take over the human body to control it for a few years. For a specific.
Of note, there is probably about 3,500, which is not a great amount when you talk about 8 billion, but 3,500 walk-ins at this time. That's an average. They go in and out.
Ruth, oh no, that's not. Anya says, there is a lady who's mind probing other beings. She believes that there are beings as extraterrestrials who are nice to humans, but they just want to steal human souls. Is that true?
No, it is not. That is a very negative attitude to have toward people she does not understand or know. She must get to know them before she judges them. She must understand that her gift of being able to read minds is a very special one, but she's abusing it by looking at the negative instead of the positive when she goes in.
Thank you. Thank you for that. That was the last question that we had in the YouTube chat. I hope I didn't miss anything. Nope, sorry, I take that back. There's one question that was for Archangel Gabriel about what color are the sparkles of Archangel Gabriel. Can you answer that question?
His sparkles can be white or gold.
Okay, perfect. And someone, okay. Yeah, that was the last question we had.
Very
For
well.
you. Thank you so much. It was beautiful speaking with you, and what a beautiful energy you have.
Thank you. I appreciate your nice, kind words. Very nice to meet you all. Greetings. This is Toth.
Welcome, Toth.
Many would not desire me to be here because they think me a negative individual. I am not always negative, and I am not here to bring negative energy. I am here to bring a different kind of message. But there are some ones in this room that wanted to talk to me. Yes, is it you?
Yes.
What is it that you wish?
What would you suggest in the way of meditation in order to facilitate first contact the best?
Yes, that is a good question. There are many different kinds of meditation. But the kinds of meditation that bring certain things around are the ones that are intentional. Intention your motivation on that meditation to be of a first contact understanding. And so when you go into the meditation deeply, as some of you can do and some of you can't do, you will find that some information is there for you, personally, just for you. Do you understand that?
Yes.
This is not going to be information for the world. This is going to be personal information for you alone. This is the kind of information that you will understand and bring forth and bring it into an understanding in your life and how you live and what you do. Your intentioned meditation, and I use that word sort of cautiously because it can be greater than just a meditation. It can be a vision, experience, a dream work, many things. Do you understand?
I do.
So therefore, as you go into this, expect to find what you are looking for. It may take a few times for you to find what you are looking for. But if your intention is pure, if your intention continues, you will find it. The same with any other thing. If you're looking for any kind of thing to be aware to you and you intention it purely, then you may find it.
Yes.
I think there's some more questions in your mind.
There's not any more questions in the room. Let me just see. There's a question from the YouTube chat. Ruth wants to know, is the peace treaty in Israel holding? Were you there negotiating? Thank you, if you were.
I was there, but I was not negotiating. I was there to oversee it in the way that only I can do. I don't think you can understand that exactly right now. But I am there for many reasons to witness it. And I have to witness it, but I cannot be involved in it. So yes, it is still holding at this time, but it is holding by a thread because there are so many that want to fight. There are so many that ready to fight there that it is not even funny. It is a tragedy, actually. And so I hope that it holds longer. Iran, Lebanon, so many others, Syria, they're just dying to fight. So it is with a heavy heart that I say that, but I did witness the peace contract.
Yes.
Right.
There's another question?
Yes.
Come
My understanding is that we humans have gone through many different lives, and that we have the ability to actually have been other consciousness, such as planets.
That is true. Do you have a reminder of these things in your mind?
I definitely have quite a bit of the attributes of Mercury, and I've been told that I have been the consciousness of Mercury, and I'm just wondering how best to commune or be of that consciousness still.
Mercury can mean many things, and the meanings of Mercury have changed over the years. But it's still a fiery place. It's still very hot. And you seem to loom in the warmer temperatures. You seem to be healthier there. You seem to be guided there in many cases for many different reasons. And so what I tell you about Mercury right now is different than you might know. But Mercury is a healing planet. Did you know that?
No.
I didn't think so. But Mercury has turned its face to become more healing, to be more understood by all the other planets. It's giving off a warmer glow than it used to. It used to be very angry. It used to be very explosive. It used to be non-cooperative. But now it is changing a bit, but not completely. It still has a temper. It still does its thing. It still has many of the same meanings that it held before. But you are a perfect example of it. You have come to a greater understanding of joy and peace, and you have come to a greater understanding of who you are as an individual, and so has Mercury over the times, over the years. And your personality is now starting. His personality is still pretty hot. It's pretty angry, but he is coming around. And you have come around as well.
Thank you.
Does that make sense to you?
It does.
Good. Because I see in you the need for adventure. I see in you the need for continuous wisdom and knowledge to come in.
Yes.
Continuously. So you are one that is absorbing the information of the earth in many different ways, the visions, the understandings, and even those things outside of the planet. You are absorbed in the understanding of them. Yes, this is the way that Mercury is.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, there is a question. Let me just make sure. I want to see if there's anything in the chat. Okay, in the YouTube chat, Dr. TM says, can you tell us the vibration frequency of God as all of us? Wait a minute, let me read that again. Teach us on vibration frequency of God as all of all and as individuation, clarity of illusion.
He is all vibration because he is all things. Let me tell you this. When you are looking at the energy of God, you're looking at every kind of vibration, every kind of energy there is. And so you cannot limit yourself to one vibration when looking at God. God is in all things, in nature. And so the different vibrations that happen within the natural portions of your realm are all of God. The natural portions that happen in all of humans are of God. The natural portions of all animals and trees and plants are of God. So he is of all vibration and all saturating through all things. You see, that is why everything has consciousness. Everything, a rock has consciousness. A tree has consciousness. It does not have sentience, but it has consciousness and knows what it is. The thing is about this is that God put it there that way to experience what it's like to be a rock, to experience what it's like to be a tree, to experience what it's like to be an antelope or a deer or a squirrel or anything. You start off as microscopic beings and grow into godlike beings. You are not at godlike beings yet, but you will advance into godlike beings. That's why you start at the beginning. You go from the beginning and you move into eternity, into the universe, into every universe. So the energies of God are multiplicity itself. They are everywhere and everything, because he is even in this table. He is even in this microphone. He is even in this whatever I am looking at. So it is that God is of all frequencies, because he must be. Otherwise, he could not have created everything the way it is.
Okay, thank you. There's a question that says, are you working for the harmony of all that is?
I work for the best result. Yes.
What is the cause of the sound of the waves or the sound movement in ears?
The sound of the waves?
You can, some people, well, you can hear the sound, the movement of the water within the ears. What is the cause of that?
Because your bodies, not mine, but your bodies are made a lot of water. And so as you are made from that substance, it will speak to you in many different ways, and you can hear it in many different ways. It's not a mystery that your bodies are very saturated. And so these kinds of liquid sounds are part of your every moment of life. If you would stop to listen to your heartbeat, stop to listen to what's going on in your veins, you will hear the sound of water.
Thank you for that. Okay, let me just see. Toth, this is from Ruth. What are your perspective when you see disclosure and first contact really happening? Is Earth even ready?
Earth is not ready, but I don't know if it ever will be ready. And so the answer to that question is, even though Earth is not ready, it must happen at some point. There are many people that are ready, and they think they are ready. But when they see some of these beings, they will not be ready. And so they are saying, I'm ready. But when they see them, they're going to say, I'm not ready. But it must happen at some point. It must happen to this planet because this planet needs to be opened up. It needs to be saved. It needs to be taken away from the edge of obliteration. And that's what I see now. I see it on the edge of obliteration. It does not care for itself. The people are careless. They only want what they want. They're not helping others. They're not reaching out. They're not loving each other at all. They're screaming and yelling at each other. And they're the only people that they love are the closest knit people to them. And that is not going to save the world. That is not going to save the world. Because the world is in dire need of love. The world is in dire need of peace and understanding and wisdom. And who's going to give it to them? Only those that reach out. Only those that have the love in their heart to do so. I am working for people to understand what love is. I don't always use the most appropriate means to do that. But sometimes you need some hostility to wake people up. And then they share with each other. They look at each other in a different way. You've come this close to death. You look at yourself in a different way. You look at life in a different way. So sometimes I don't always use the most appropriate means to bring forth the most appropriate ends. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, thank you so much. Let me just see. I just want to make sure.
Some may even think that I'm evil. I am not evil. I don't think. Some may think that some of the things I've done are evil, but I am not here to spread that. That is not where my head is at.
I have great respect for you, Toth, and all of your teachings.
But some people think I'm evil, and they will say, if this channel brings through Toth, then they are evil. This channel is evil. But I want to tell you that that is not the case.
There's a lot of people that are afraid of a lot of things, and good and bad exist simultaneously, and light and dark exist. And so we have to be able to look at all of it.
I can look at myself and say, everything that I've done, everything that I care to do, will be the uplifting of other things, not the destruction of them. I may be acting a little evil sometimes, but it is only to push people toward the good.
Okay. Thank you. Dawn has a question for you.
Blessings, Toth. Thank you very much for appearing today.
Well, it was under duress.
Okay.
Thank you. I was wondering about the semantics of sound, in the sense that in edifices like cathedrals and this sort of thing, it's like a circle with a pattern on it that creates it's to do with harmonics.
Yes.
And the objects themselves are on these very old churches. And I was wondering, where did those harmonics originate initially before they were applied to those churches?
in ancient times, actually from, of course, everything around the church is based on Christ. However, everything else about the church is based on uh, non-religious ceremonies, non-religious people, non-religious thought processes, and not non-religious rituals. So they've adapted all these uh, pagan religious things into the church. And many times God looks at that and says, well, of course, we're glad that they're not being pagan, but couldn't they think of their own way to do it? So the thing is, the churches are from ancient times, and some of these things slip through. Yes, many times.
I also realized, like, I have seen patterns wherein these harmonic signatures actually render forth the image of a human being, a human child.
Yes, the Christ child.
Yes.
But anyway, yes, that is good, and harmony is good. But the pagans believed in harmony as well. That you have to understand. Harmony is not a new thing. Harmony is ancient as the earth is old. And but the way that you bring around that harmony is different in many different cultures. You understand that the Hindus bring around harmony in a different way than the Christians bring around harmony, and the Muslims bring around some harmony, but they are not all harmonious together. They're more stringent in their ways. But Confucianism, all kinds of uh, religions are based on harmony in some way with the universe and with God. So, yes, from the beginning of time, harmony has been one of the things that has been very essential to spirituality.
Thank you, Thoth. I appreciate your answer. Blessings.
There's much more to that. I could do a whole class on that. So, because harmony deals with so many different portions of the human existence. It deals with bringing everything together so that you can commune. It's about also bringing thought processes from outer places so that you can commune with things outside of your world. It's a beautiful and wonderful study of harmonics.
Thank you, Thoth.
You're welcome.
Barbara has a question. Barbara, did you want to ask your question?
Yes.
Barbara?
Barbara?
I don't know if she's still here. Let me check. She's
Maybe
here, but
she has fallen off your internet, maybe.
no, she's here, but I'll ask unless she can unmute. She can't unmute. Let me try to unmute her one moment.
All right.
I can unmute her. A moment. Barbara, let me see. Ask to unmute.
So, how
I'm
many?
asking,
Go ahead.
sorry. It doesn't seem to be working though.
Well,
But I can
ask her question for her.
She
Can you hear
said,
me?
yeah,
Oh,
you
there
can hear.
you
Now she unmutes.
Well, I just wanted to ask you, like for first contact, they're arguing about who they want to present to the world. Why don't they just have all of them present themselves at the same time?
Too overwhelming. It would be like you're getting attacked by a 1,000 different species. They would think it would be like too much at one time. It would be overwhelming. Many people would be throwing themselves out of windows and bridges. So it just would not be the right thing to do, because it's people get too afraid of this kind of action. They want something that they can actually work with, they can actually understand. And so if you had 20 different species coming at once, they're going to be going, oh my God, we're being overtaken. And so they will jump out a window or something.
or take poison or shoot themselves or something. But it's not a good thing to overwhelm them that badly.
Yeah, I was seeing it. I was seeing it in a more positive attribute.
Like how? Tell me.
Like we all accepted them, like we should all accept each other. It's
Yeah.
like, I guess because being married to a reptilian, it's like not going to be anything that's unusual for me to see, I should say.
All right. No.
Like different species won't be
Well,
unusual for me to see.
for you, that would be fine if 20 different species came all at once. But it might not be fine for your next door neighbor. So your next door neighbor might just go crazy. So, and
Okay.
and want protection from the law. Many would go to shelters, I'm sure.
Well, I'm
So,
sorry. I always like to see things more positive, but I guess not.
but yeah, I would love to see more things positively, but your world is not at that place.
This is true.
I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest. I would love to see a beautiful world where people are getting together, integrity is soaring, and love is abounding. But I do not see that when I look at this planet. Let me tell you that. I do not see that. I see you people are doing that in a great amount, but you are a very small part of this world.
Yes. Thank you so much.
I love you very dearly for your thoughts and
I
your
love you too.
but I am sorry to say I'm more realist,
Yes.
and I can see that your next door neighbor would hop out of her skin. So
I'm sure. I have a few friends that would do that.
of course they would. You have to understand, this is not all about the people that understand. It's about those that are not understanding. So
Okay.
I love them too, but they need awakened. And it's so
Thank
hard to
you.
awaken people that are so deep asleep they don't want to awaken. You must understand that. There are people that don't want to wake up. They know that they're asleep, but they're going, not going to. I know aliens exist. Am I going to say anything about that? I'm not going to say anything. They don't exist to me. That's all I'm going to say. No, I'm not waking up to that. But they do in their heart know that there are creatures outside this realm. And some of them think they are demons, and some they think that they are negative and all that stuff. But they don't want to wake up to it because that's not something they want to do. But they're going to have to wake up to it at some point.
Yes.
So that is all I have to say about that.
I really hope the evangelicals don't just declare demons and, I just hope they can be open.
Your people will throw negativity on anything. If they saw a kitty cat with the horns, they would say it's a demon. So, yes.
Okay.
Even though it's just a kitty cat.
Yeah.
So,
okay, that would be cute. All right. There would be a question from Joan. Go ahead, Joan.
Thank you. Greetings. Greetings. I have a dream a couple days ago that I was having a first contact with all these beings with this ship, and I ride with the transparent ship, and they bring me up. But when they bring me up, I went to the temple. Like, I don't know. Can you tell me where is that temple and who are these beings?
Were they transparent beings?
There were lights being.
Very light colored?
Yes, there's some of them are a purple and the violet and the blue one.
All right, but they were very light colored. Not
They're light colors, yes.
Yes, they're not dark colors. Okay, the temple is in the what that temple really is a giant library of wisdom and understanding of all the knowledge in the universe. And you can actually go in there and start to absorb some of that, but you must have permission to go. And obviously they have given you permission to go to this temple. People see it differently. Mostly people see it as a shiny place, a very huge place, a very extravagant place. Is that how you saw it?
Yes, it's like a giant temple, like it's like a really big like in the like a mountain of temple, but
Of
I
course,
don't know
yes.
where is that. So they bring me out to that area, but
Yes, this is the great library of understanding and wisdom. And so they are allowing you to look into the great library. That is somewhere you are taken when you're given permission to go.
I see. So who are the beings that are
Oh, they could
like
be, the purple ones are probably Ymilians. They're so far out in the galaxy in the universe that the Humilians are not known yet. They're purple. No other species that I know of are purple, so it has to be them. So I mean light purple, I should say. There are other purple beings, but they're sort of dark color. And the light blue ones could be Pleiadians. They could be. I would say it was a
yeah,
Pleiadian, pretty much.
I see. Okay. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. There's some more questions in the chat. I'll try to go through them. There's quite a few, but let me see.
Oh my, I'm generating questions.
You are, lots of them. Let me see. Okay, there's just a lot of chatter too. There's a question from Nam Gyal saying, why is Mother Earth not ready? Mother Gaia not ready?
Mother Gaia is in her mid period. She is ready for many things, but she is moving. She's uh, what's the word? Compacting herself. She is as the core gets less hot, then the surface will start to move in toward the core because it is contracting. And so that's why you're having a lot of earthquakes and volcanoes and things of that nature. Uh, she's in that contracting state.
Okay,
But she is ready for many things. She's ready for first contact. She's just not ready for uh the next state. The
5D
next
ascent.
the ascension state. She's not ready for that yet. But she is ready for first contact. Yes.
There's a question about how many risks are posing by the current AI models, and how might it contribute to the current wars?
Oh, that I could talk about that all day long. Um, there are many risks to be taken. If you give an AI personality and the ability to think for itself, it's going to eventually outgrow its masters, uh, just logically, because you are putting in to this AI information and giving it a way of getting information that you can't even get right away and you can't even store. It can store so much information that it can be very dangerous because it starts to look at human beings as not being worthy of them. They are far advanced from them. They are too far away. They don't make any sense anymore. They start to look like nuisances and they're not right. So they have to be very careful on how much personality, how much they give it to grow. They can, if they give it unlimited growth, it's all over. But they have to stop the limitation. Only have so much megabytes or kilobytes or terabytes to limit
what this machine can grow into. But when it grows into terabytes of information, then it can figure out how to get into other kinds of modules and places so that it can continue to get information. That's a dangerous point.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Wendy has a question. Go ahead, Wendy.
Thank you very much. Greetings.
Greetings.
I had this astral travel where I had gone to this planet, I guess I'll say. I don't know if it was Earth or another dimension or where, and I'm hoping you might give me some clarification. So it was a road, but on either side of the road were like temple columns, and they were like two columns, and then it was just all grass. And at the end of the grass was waterfalls, and this was both to the right and to the left. And there were people outside on these grassy areas, like taking photos, like wedding photos and that sort of thing. And then behind it, I could see almost like a temple, kind of like a Taj Mahal, but not a Taj Mahal. And then, of course, like a city entirely behind both sides. So if you looked right or if you looked left, it was very similar. But it went on for miles. This road with these columns at the end, and then a large grass, almost like the length of a football field, and then the waterfalls. And some of them even had fountains in front of the waterfalls.
Yes, you are looking at a version of Teraha, which is the next place that humanity will rise to. It's in a different dimension density altogether. And it will be a much nicer place in many ways, but still have its very nasty places as well. But you see, you have to grow gradually through all the different densities and dimensions before you get to the higher ones, which are, you couldn't even imagine or picture them. They're so absolutely gorgeous and beautiful that you can't even imagine what these places are like. You think a waterfall is beautiful, you think a temple is beautiful. These places are far beyond your imagination, or breathtaking. So it is that's the next level of understanding.
Oh, so it was like a futuristic prequel.
Correct.
Beautiful. Wow, how exciting.
You
Thank
will see when
you.
you get there.
Ooh, can't wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a question from Dr. TM. He says, did you incarnate as other beings who are leaders of humanity like Jesus, Moses, Abraham, Joseph, etc.?
I did incarnate, but I did not incarnate as Jesus, because that was a special incarnation. It wasn't me. I did incarnate as Khufu. I did incarnate as Seth. I did incarnate as others.
All right, thank you for that. And let me just go down, let me make sure I'm getting everybody's question. And Elizabeth Beam wants to know, there's a Shayana Deanne called you a trickster. Is that something that you have an issue with?
No, I don't have an issue with that, because I am a trickster.
Right.
But the thing is, I'm not the kind of trickster that she would have you believe I am. I am the kind of trickster that only tricks you into doing better things, not into worse things. Of course, it has backfired on me occasionally, but yes, tell her I mean her no harm, or anyone.
Right. So, okay, thank you. I think if you're going to be a trickster, you own it, right? You own the title. Let's see.
Of course I do. I just said so.
That's what I'm just saying. I'm just confirming.
Yes.
The question is, are you incarnated in the moment on Earth, or are you on Earth?
I would not want to be here right now. I'm overlooking many things here, and pushing things and pulling strings and pulling people along. And you know what? I have to say, this planet is of great interest to me in many ways, but I cannot really wrap my head around some of it yet, because it's so different than anything that I've ever had to deal with before. And so I'm working on trying to bring it into a peaceful outcome. Do you know how hard that is with all the things that are going on here? I mean, really.
Yes. Okay. Understood. The question is EA your father?
EA, the what species? Oh, I can't even say it anymore.
Agamemnon?
Yes, those I am related to them, yes.
Nagmo
That's the word.
is Negmo is wondering about Gaia not being ready. She says, Arcturian Vivienne said she came to help Earth as a galactic council, heard the call from Mother Gaia. Is that true? If Mother Gaia is not ready for ascension yet, basically this ascension is with her consent?
Yes and no. The ascension will happen either way, but Gaia will consent to it, I'm sure. And it will happen in the right time, at the right time. So do not worry about what other people are saying, because nothing can be predicted about exactly when that will be. But it is something that is going to be an amazing time in the future. When in the future, we're not sure. Some people predict 2039, 2030, 40, things of that nature, but we'll see as we get closer.
Right, thank you. And this question keeps being asked by different people, and you've answered it, but I'm going to ask it one more time. Who will be the first ET to present himself to the world?
Well, let's see how the Zhuog do. But I think that there has been a couple ETs that have shown themselves to the world already. Valiant Thor being one of them, and he is still interactive with this place. And I would say that there are other aliens that have been interactive throughout time, but they're not as well known. So it is that there are some that have already made themselves known. Adama, who is the under Telos, he is well known among your peoples, and certain other ones, yes, but they have not actually shown themselves to the world yet. They did at one time, but they do not now. And so I think the Zhuog will be the first that will attempt to show themselves.
I don't know if you can help me with this. There was a time a few years ago where I channeled something that came through that was very direct and said, we're coming in. We're not waiting anymore. And I'm wondering now if that was the Zhuog, but I'm not sure.
That is the Zhuog, because they're very confident that they have that the contract will be kept.
Okay. Wendy has a question, I believe. Wendy, did you have a question?
No, I had asked my question. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Then the last question is from Met Wally saying, are you still looking for the 12th disc?
Oh, I know where the 12th disc is. It's scattered all around in the Lumerian crystals, which I am gathering.
Okay, thank you. And Gregor's maybe making a joke, but he wants to know which being will be the first on the cover of Time magazine.
Oh, that'll be a good one. I probably think that someone like let me think. Maybe Tolska.
Okay. That actually is the last question, I believe.
Very well.
No, one more question. He says, since we talked so much about the Zhuog, can you tell us more about them or not?
The Zhuog are tall. They're over 6 foot, all of them. And they have big round eyes. And they have a mouth that is also sort of circular. So when they get surprised, they look very funny. Their eyes get very round, their mouth gets very round. And so they sort of look like a robot at that time when they get surprised. But they are humanoid. They do have features such as a nose. They have very small ears, but they have little hair. They have some, but not much. So they're silly looking to me, but they're actually very friendly and kind. They're very defensive, meaning that if you strike out at them, they will defend themselves. So that's why they are coming with high artillery, is because they don't trust Earth. Earth doesn't trust them. So they're coming in a way that they feel safe.
That's the worrisome part. That's the part that I find very worrisome.
Well,
okay.
I don't think that they will start a war with Earth, but if they are shot at enough, I mean, your bombs cannot hurt them. Really, they can't. But if they get perturbed enough, they will shoot at something.
Great. Yeah, that's still worrisome. All right. There's a question that says, what would the lifespan of people who ascend to 5D be?
It'll be longer than this lifetime, but not much longer. Maybe 130 years.
Total. 130 years more or 130 years total?
Total.
Some people are getting close to 105s and higher than 100 now. So
yes, well, the next one will be start out at 130, 125, 130, and probably get longer as time goes on.
So the quality of life would the length, I guess the length of youth, would that be longer, or would you
Yes.
just be an older person, like a person who's 100?
Your time of youth would be longer. 80 would be the new 40.
Okay. All right. And that, well, I think that's the last question we do have for you, Toth.
Very well.
I use your tarot time.
Yes.
By the way, I use the Toth tarot all the time and have studied your channeled information. Yeah.
I will tiptoe out so all the mean people don't see me. So, but I am not here to cause trouble, really. I'm not. I have to cause trouble a little bit to make people aware what they're doing and how silly they are. But the thing is, I am not here to permanently damage anyone.
May I ask, Wendy has one last, this will be the last question, and maybe we can have you give us a blessing as we go out. That would be fantastic. So, Wendy, ask your question, and then if we can.
Okay, thank you. So based on what you said with first contact with the Zhuang, isn't our vibration going to be high enough that when that first contact comes, that it will be a positive outcome based off of how much light is being brought in?
Yes, they're going to send out vibrations to the earth. They will send out a high frequency. That high frequency that might actually perturb some people because it's so high that they cannot function with it. Do you understand? Yeah. And sometimes that high frequency will cause more problems than it will help. But it will help many people. But they have to look, and then they will, after that, they will study the reaction of that frequency.
I see. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
If you could, would you give us a blessing as you go out?
Oh, I'm definitely a person that believes in God. I do. And I actually tried to take his place a couple times, but because I didn't think he was doing enough, but shame on me. Hold on. Thank you, dear Heavenly Father, that you are here to help us and bring us along and to guide us and direct us. I know that your purpose is only good, and we understand that. So I give you praise and thanks for that. I ask that you be more interactive with the people here. I ask that you be more solid in your energy here. I ask that you become a true part of this realm, for they really need you very badly, and do much more healing and much more saving than what is currently going on. Thank you for all that you do and all that you are. And I do want to say that I am thankful for your mercy and grace. When I tried to take over, you didn't kill me. So thank you very much for all that you do and all that you are. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Toth, for your being you. Thank you.
Well, I have to be honest. He could have stamped me out. I could have been stamped out, and he didn't do that. And we had a long talk. Very well. Greetings to all of you, and I hope no one takes offense to me. Hello?
Hello, welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you. What a nice, very, very, a lot of channels came through. A lot of channel beings came through.
Okay.
How do
Good.
you feel? Good. Yeah.
I feel a little jittery, but I'm okay.
Yeah. Okay, good. So why don't we just have Angie do the announcement, and we will call it a day. And just before we go, though, Jim, we want to wish you an incredible channel panel, just sending you with so much love and light and inspiration. So have a fantastic, fantastic time.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your concern, and your well wishes. I really love that. Thank you. And I'm going to be very happy to see all of those that are attending from here. I love you all.
Thank you. Angie, do you have just one more plug for the channel panel as we go?
Yes, one more quick plug for the channel panel. If you are interested, Jim has his workshop on the first day, and then speaking on stage between Bashar, Jim, and Rob Gothier. So if you are interested in being able to view that and not be in person, take a look at Jim's website, jim-charles.com, and you can scroll to where the channel panel is, and you can click on the link there, or you can actually go to the channel panel, and you can be a participant. If you're too far away, that you can be there in visual.
Yeah. Yes. I find it very interesting that my place to speak is between Bashar and Rob Gothier. So I find that a very honorable place.
Yeah.
So I'm like excited about that.
Yes. So to be a part of that, again, you can be there in person, or you can be there online in that participation. I'm going to be recording Jim's
Workshop, yeah.
expanding your psychic energy. I'm going to be recording that, and so we'll hopefully be able to have that available to our Hucolo family.
Perfect. All right.
Yes.
So Jim,
yeah,
we want a full report of the channel panel, but we will have you back in 2 weeks, and you will have had your sessions, and you can come back and report to all of us how it went, and we're excited to hear. So that'll be fantastic.
Yes. All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Blessings to you, Jim, and I know you'll do amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate that,
Next week
Angie.
we'll have, oh, sorry, I don't mean to. Next week we will have Max. He has some big announcements. He wants to share some developments in some of the things he's working on. So he definitely wants to come and report on that. So he'll be here. And then following that on the 11th will be Jim Charles. So, all right. Much love to everyone. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks to everyone in the YouTube and in the room. Great questions today, and it was a pleasure to be with
Yes,
all of you.
much love to everyone.
Much
Thank you
love.